Okay, we are still in geometric series. This question says find n if this is given. Now what has been given? So I know that A value is 4. What else? The last term, but does that help me if I know L in geometric? No. Okay. Well, it has to mean something. What does this mean? Sum of is then 102. Oh, for that at least I have a formula, namely. Right? I don't even know what the R is, so I don't know which one of the two I must use, but you know that it doesn't matter. We prefer this one because I prefer this one, because it makes less mistakes. And then 1020. All I know is that A is 4. I don't know R, I don't know N. And I've got to solve for N. So I think this is going to be simultaneous equations. Are you getting this? The moment that I've got 2. But now where's the other one? Can't you make?
Tn.
Yes, because there are n terms. So this is the nth term. So Tn is going to be AR to the n minus 1, 5, 1, 2. It's got to be the nth one that gives you 5, 1, 2. So then in A's place, 4 again. Okay, now a little bit of a conundrum here. How what? What shall I do? Divide by 4, okay. So R to the n minus 1 is, please?
128.
Okay.
And separate the RN.
Why would you do that?
To get the RN alone.
Why would you want to get the R in alone? You're all right. But then this is going to be 128R. Do you agree?
Yes.
Normally this is a problem. Because I don't have R alone. I don't have N alone. So where am I headed?
You can substitute that the other side.
What are you going to substitute on the other side? The R to the N. Now this is a nice example of sometimes you don't have to get R alone and substitute into R, or N alone and substitute into N. If you can get something like R to the N and substitute the R to the N on the other side as well into that, it's fine. Now personally, I think I would have wanted the fraction to go away maybe in the beginning, but you can do it now as well if you wanted to say 4 times 128R minus 1. Okay, but now I'm not explaining to the marker what I'm doing here. I have said that this is number 1, and this is number 2, and I'm putting 1 into 2. So that's why the R to the N is now 128R. Okay, is this helping me? A little bit, because now I only have R. Okay, so this was an interesting thingy to have the R to the N. If they also, it doesn't have to be R alone or N alone. If it's something that you can substitute with, you are allowed to do that. Okay, so in that case, then I've got to go, help me, give me some things to do. Times?
Times the 4.
Times by R minus 1. And divide by 4. If you like, time in the 4. You've got options. Okay? So if I wanted to go and, okay, let's say, let's time it in, no problem. Time this in, what is it? 4 times 128.
500.
Say again?
512.
And then minus 4. And this will be 1020 times with R minus 1, which I can immediately write down as well. So I'm timing the R there, I'm timing this in. I've got 1020R minus 1020, 512R minus 4. I've definitely got a linear equation here. Let's get them all together. So this is going to be how much? 508 R, and this will be,
1/16.
and to get R alone, divide by 508 is 2. Now I did this with the other class and it didn't look at all like this one, because I got the R to the N alone here, and then I went and got the R to the N alone here by saying times with, divide with, and then afterwards when I got the R to the N alone, I put it equal to this R to the N, but it worked out exactly the same. But none of the steps were the same as this one. But the R was 2. Alternative techniques. Right. I'm not done. I've got R I still need. So we go to which one? Any which one you like. So 2 to the N would be equal to 128 times R, which is, so are you with me here? So I'm going here, substituting my R with a 2 there and a 2 there. I'm definitely working with a what equation here? Exponential, so I know it's going to be 2 to the N equal to 2 to the something. But first what? It's up to you what you do now. You time it first and get 258 and then do prime factors of that, you're going to get to N is 8. I'm done. Question said find N. Got it? Okay, I've already written it on the board, but what did the question say? The fourth term is 40, seventh term is 20, but they had to say which one it is. Is it arithmetic or is it geometric? They told me it was geometric, otherwise how do I know? So this will then be according to geometric terms, AR to the 3, in which I'll rather want to get the A alone. Usually it's easier than the R. And here it's going to be AR to the 6. So A is going to be 320 divided by. And again, if I wanted to go put this A in there and go simplify on, it's fine. No problem with that. So now I've got 2 equations. I'm going to put them equal to each other. And we're going to have 40 over R3 is 320 over R6. Nice and easy. Typical cross multiplication. You can even just give me the answer.
R is equal to 8.
Okay, what did I do there? I missed a step. I did the R to the 6 at the top, R to the 3 at the bottom, division, R to the 3. Did the 320 divided by the 40 and it got to 8, and therefore R is equal to 2. Then I still need the A value. The question is 15. We'll get there just now. To find A, we go into number 1. A is 40 divided by R to the power 3, which was then 5. So I know what A is, I know what R is, I can find any sum of. Sum of which one would you like to use? The one that man likes the best. Because you're allowed to use both of them for now. Typically you should have used this one because R is bigger than, so it's fine. So we're going to get, the answer is, A's value is 5. R value is 2 to the power of 15. Okay, just careful that R is 15. Minus 1, and that will be 2 minus 1 as well. Giving me an answer of please.
163835.
Okay.
35.
How can it be that large? 3?
35.
So some of the increasing values.
Yes. If you wanted to go and have a look at this series, where would it start? At 5. And then we're going to have the next term times 2, 10. Times 2. Times 2 is 40, then 80, then 100 and something, then 300 and something. It's going to get a lot quite quick. Because you're timing with 2. That's why the sum of 15 can be a large number. Okay. Right. Let's have a look. Question number 7 was a straightforward English language into math. They told me that the first term is 60. And they told me in words that the common ratio is 3 over 2. So the common ratio is given to you. So they're telling you A and R. And they're asking you for S. S then again. the formula that man likes. I should also use it because this is a fraction larger than 1. So then I'm going to get to S12 by putting A 16. 3 over 2 to the power of 12 minus 1 and 3 over 2 minus 1. And we punch it into calculator and we're done.
Then the sum is wrong.
Sorry, I read the other question number 6 with this one. So I would lose a lot of marks because I'm not reading the question right. The A and the R was there. I did apply it, that would be a mark. But the rest, sorry. For sum of 12, nobody asked me for sum of 12. But I do want to give you the answer so you can go and test yourself on a calculator here. The actual question was, for which value of n will the sum of be equal to 211? So I've got to go get that same formula, the SN formula, but equal to 211, where A is 16, R was that 3 over 2, N I don't know, minus 1, over 3 to the power 3 over 2 minus 1 equal to 211. Let's carry on here at the top. I don't have space anymore. So, if you want to carry on with that and have 16, 3 over 2n minus 1 over, this would be a half, am I right? Equal to 211. Now there are variations on your next step. I would like to see 3 over 2 to the power n minus 1 equal to what? Now I've got to go get rid of that half by either multiplying by a half or multiplying by the inverse of that, but okay, it's fine. I would have also said maybe 16 divided by a half already is 32. 16 divided by a half. How many halves in 16? 32. And then times, the answer would be 32. So you divide by 32, what's the answer here?
2 by 1 over 32.
Are you with me? Then I will take that 1 across and you'll get to 3 over 2 to the power n equal to?
2 for 3 over 32.
Okay, but I'm aiming towards what? I know in my gut that this is going to go for 3 over 2 to the n equal to?
3 over 2 to the power.
To the something, exactly. So now go check. What 3 to the power what gives you that? And it should be 2 to the power same thing that gives you 32. And that was? 5. Check it. You know what you're aiming for. Check that that is truly 3 to the power 5, that is 2 to the 4. So your answer, which I still don't have space for, is? N is equal to 5. Alright, they tell me that the first 2 terms of the geometric sequence is, and then they give me what? 2. More than that? Special angles. So you're supposed to know that that is 1. And then? So you're allowed to use your calculator. Not actually know, but calculator gives you. Right. I suppose they would have felt better about it if you had first said 1 over, okay, and then changed it into that, showing me special angle manipulation. But there's my geometric sequence. I can't see that that is geometric, but they told me it was. So I know that R would be second divided by the first, which is root 2, and A was
1.
my goodness, with trig. Yes, but it's got nothing else to do with trig. Just so that I could get those 2 values, and now I'm carrying on with normal math. So if A and R are given and they're asking me for sum of 8, I need Sn still again with the n formula, with the Sn formula. Where A is for 8, A value was 1, R was root 2 to the power of 8, minus 1 over root 2 again, minus 1. And this will not be a nice answer, most probably. Are you with me?
Yes.
Because of the roots. Please give me the answer.
15 plus 15 root 2.
Would you leave that way? Remember the question paper says, When necessary, round off to 2 decimals. Is it necessary? If you're wondering and struggling and stressing about it, give me the decimal answer as well. Are you with me? Give me the decimal answer.
36,21.
Because now I've done both. Simplified form and in decimal form. And I'm done. Right. So we are going to continue into sigma notation.
Yes.
Now sigma notation today again, I'm going to start teaching you to learn to read Greek. Because that's exactly what it is. But guys, this is not unknown to you.
Yes, it's a sum.
Because it means sum of, because you were taught that when you were busy in data handling and stats with the R guy, with the cumulative frequency, because it meant the sum of, right? And it's exactly what that means. So now I'm going to teach you to read questions like evaluate, because I don't know why they like asking it here. Evaluate, for instance, now, most textbooks don't have them in brackets, but it's fine. I don't like it. I like it if it's in a bracket because this is generally your general term. Now I'm going to teach you how to read this. This says the sum of what? This will be your general term. Each sequence has their own general term, right? But I'm giving you the general term here. So it's always going to be general term. That is your general term. Whether you're going to write it that way or whether they give it like that. This is your general term. So now, first thing Ma'am is teaching you, when you see that, you must know they're asking me to give them the value or they just say calculate this. I want the sum of this, but this means something else. First thing that you're going to do is you're going to write down the series. Because it's a series, because it's all sum of, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, this means something, and I'm going to teach you on the calculator as well how to look at it, but for now we don't look at the calculator. This says that n over there must go from 4 up to 8. This is how you're going to read it. I'm giving you the general term, and I'm going to say find the sum of all those terms where the n goes from 4 to 8, and it's a method of writing. It can't be 4,1 and 4,3. It's the whole numbers. So it's going to be 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
So first thing that you do is you're going to find the series. The first term will be what?
1.
Where your n is equal to 4. The first term will be where your n is equal to 4. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1 is? So that's your first term. Your second term would be where your n is not 2. Your second term will be where your n is 5. So 5 times 2 plus 1 is 11. Now you're not going to write term 1, term 2. I'm just explaining to you that it doesn't matter whether I say the n starts at 40. It's not the 40th term. It means that the first term is where n is 40. Okay. So the next one would be term 3 is where n is going to be 6. 6 times 2 is 12 plus 1 is? Okay, so now I think I'm wasting my time doing it again and again. I can already see the patterns. So that would mean the next one would be, etc. How many terms? One thing for today's lesson that I want to get to. For this term, for this amount of terms, I want to know how many terms are there. How many terms are there? And everybody says? 4. Because everybody is wrong until Ma'am teaches you something. And that's the reason why I took it from 4 to 8. From 4 to 8, how many are there? 4, 5, 6, 7,
Yes.
8. There are 5. So if I say from 1 to 10, How many is that? Nope. If I say from 1 to 10, how many terms is that?
Minus 1 plus 1.
It's 10. From 1 to 10. There's always been 10.
10 plus 1.
Okay? If I say from 2 to 10,
10.
it's 9. What do you all do? You say 10 minus 2 is 8. Wrong.
Plus 1.
If it was 1, everybody knows from 1 to 10 is 10. Now, what happens if I make that a 2? It's 1 less. So here's the common mistake kids do, and you're going to learn this recipe. Everybody says 8 minus 4 is 4. You're always short 1. So you're always going to say the number of terms is 8 minus 4 plus 1. It's always going to work that way. It's a mathematical functioning error that we all have by saying from 4 to 8 is 4. It's not. See it? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it's 5. You're always shorting that 1. So I'm teaching you how to do it. You're always going to say n is going to be the 8 minus 4
Plus 1.
plus the 1. So for this one, what will it be? 10 minus 1
Plus
is
1.
9 plus 1 is 10. Silly to do it if it's from 1 to 10. It's silly. Because everybody knows it's silly. But it's not so easy to do it when I say from 10 to 100. Because you can't sit there and say, how many terms? 90? Because it's 100 minus 10 plus 1. It's a common, tricky, always funny thing for me as a teacher because everybody says, how many terms? 4. No.
It's 5.
Because you're always going to say 8 minus 4 is 4 plus 1. So how many terms are there? There are 5. Are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
So, to finish up with the sum, I first of all going to say that this is now, we're back to arithmetic, right?
Yes.
A is 9, B is 2, and I'm trying to find the sum of?
5.
This is where the problem comes in. So all the kids that say sum of 4 are going to lose
Marks.
1 mark. Because that's an error that we're testing. We're testing whether you know that it's not 4, but it is 5. And now in this case, we're back at arithmetic, because it's D. Could I not get the last term? It would be so much easier for me to just say, right? Because the last term would be the term where n is 8. And if n is 8, then this is 17. And do you see it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms. Truly, really, 5 terms. So if the last term then is, first term was 9 and the last term is 17, our sum of 5 would be equal to. Now guys, there was only 5 terms, so if you wanted to say 9 plus 11 plus 13 plus 15 plus 17, I wouldn't mark it wrong. But in the case where it's 100 and whatever, you cannot do it that way. So you're going to have to do it with a formula. Please give me an answer. What did you just do? First thing, and that's what I'm going to hamper on tomorrow as well. If you're busy with these, first write down the series. Then you're finding out whether it's arithmetic or geometric or even quadratic, by the way. Then after finding that out, you'll answer my question, which has to be a sum of. We don't have a sum of a quadratic though. But we can ask a sum like that, but then we'll ask you something like this, where there's only like 3 or 4 terms, which you just add together. You don't have a formula SN for quadratic, and you're not going to get one. There isn't one. But this means add the sum. Right. The only one I want you to do for me for homework is number 1C. That's it. Now, let's take 1C and B. Oh, I'm going to send you the picture. Exercise 1.6. 1C and D. I will send you the picture now.